So my friends, as we get set to move along, we are on to today's keynote speaker. She speaks to us today on the topic of cloud computing and digital transformation and hails from Microsoft, who is also a sponsor for this year's conference. Juliana Rojas is the leader for telecoms partner development in Microsoft Latin America. The main focus of Juliana's role is to drive partner business development focused on cloud sustainable growth. She has over 20 years of experience in sales, strategy, planning and innovation, marketing management. She also has experience in working in a variety of industries, including health, retail, insurance, technology, and telecoms. Juliana is standing by. Welcome, Juliana. You need to unmute your mic, Juliana.
Really sorry, yeah. Sorry.
Welcome.
Welcome, sorry. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. Good morning, all. I'm going to share a little bit some impacts from COVID in the telcos industry and how Microsoft and other OCT companies can help you to accelerate the business and how we are doing with some partners across Latin and also in Caribbean. So starting with a research that we did with Mason, they are foreseeing a not so good scenario post-COVID. They are foreseeing a drop of a 6% in revenue for telcos in this year. And also in the next 4 years, they are foreseeing a kind of a flat revenue coming for telcos. But when we see the ICT services and IoT, we can see a growth. We were expecting from before COVID-19 a growth of 9% in services, and now we are foreseeing a growth of 8.5%. So it's a drop around only 0.5%. So this is a good opportunity for you. Once we go with new ICT services, once we go with IoT offerings, we can kind of recover the drop we are having and we are facing due to the drop of, for instance, roaming and fixed lining, mobiles, and Caribbean mainly was very affected because of the drop of tourism. And we see here that Latin is one of the regions that we can see the highest growth mainly for ICT. When we see the long-term scenario, we see that the telcos, they need to adapt their internal proceeds to recover their growth. So firstly, what is necessary is to review all their frontline services, how to provide new ways to interact with their customers. I was hearing the cable wireless CEO was saying the COVID was very important to have new ways to interact with their customers. This is so true. We have to provide new online services, new ways to sell. The second layer of transformations is how to review all the operational costs, all the ways to work with customer centers, and all the ways to sell new services. The third line is how to review all the IT infrastructures, all the core packets, or the cloud offerings. And the third and the last layers is how to provide new services, how to incorporate IoT, 5G, and the new ways to provide services by industry. I have here in the midterm how Microsoft and other OTT companies can help you to drive the digital transformation journey. The digital transformation journey has 4 stages of interactions with companies. The first stage is the moment when companies are adopting new technologies as working tools to put their works online So in this moment, you can sell productivity tools, collaborations, and voice. In the second wave, companies are starting to include technologies as part of their business. In the third wave, companies started to incorporate digital transformation as part of their strategy. In the last wave, companies start to renew and to innovate and adapt and completely shift the way that they do business. And how Microsoft are helping the companies and telcos to provide new services and to add new revenue streams into their daily business. So in the first wave, when companies are getting their employees online, are preparing the companies to be online, are adopting new technologies. So what type of services Microsoft is helping telcos to provide to their customers? The reselling of collaboration tools, implementation of these digital tools, email services migration, voice, and unified communications. I have here two examples of two telcos that are very important partners to Microsoft, so I can share with you. So first one is Vivo from Brazil. What they are doing, they are, for instance, they are reselling Microsoft 365 together with their offerings and also incorporating some, for instance, some payment machines to small retail companies. This is one way to incorporate new services together of reselling of Microsoft license together with broadband offerings, and they can create a new services to small companies that are going online and are starting to sell online to their customers. The second example is another telco from Brazil. They have created a unified communication solution integrating voice with Teams. This is another example that you can provide to your customers. In the second wave, in the companies that are in the second stage of the digital transformation, you can provide some advanced services as companies are moving their part of their data centers to cloud or their infrastructures to cloud. You can provide hybrid solutions, data center migration, cloud services, backup, disaster recoveries, and others. And here I have an example from a telco in Australia that they have created a managed cost optimization systems when they offer to their customers that they have part of their infrastructure already in cloud. They can manage their cloud consumption together with the services that they have from this telco, together with software license, for instance. And this telco is charging for management and also for the access to the systems. This is a complete new service, is a complete new revenue stream for this company, for instance. The third stage, companies that are already incorporating the digital transformation into their strategy. They are already doing some internal structure. They are already incorporation, new ways to, new process, new ways to interact with their customers, for instance. So what type of services you can provide? Security assessments, digital customers, for instance, digital customer services, for instance. So I have an example here as Vodafone is transforming their customer care into a digital system, which they call Toby. It's based on artificial intelligence, based on bots, and they converted all their forced attendance to bots, which they reduced 20% of their operational costs, and they could provide a better assistance to their customers. This bot, it's already interacting with customers in 60% of their customers' interactions, and this is a type of services that you could provide to retailers, to health, to different types of industries, to different customers that you have in the B2B segment. And in the last stage of the digital transformation, you could provide much more upgraded services, utilizing IoT, data-driven models, 5G. You can have services by industry. You can have services combine different vendors, different products from your portfolio. I have here a range of products, very complete, that you can transform that way that you are doing business today. So some examples here. For instance, TIM is providing to some hospitals in Italy some predictive maintenance of ventilators using HoloLens, which is AR, which is AR augmented reality product from Microsoft, to anticipate some problems that these ventilators can have in the hospital. Verizon is utilizing artificial intelligence and also some analytics predictions to retail to avoid some breaks in the inventory. Ericsson is doing some autonomous driving and also using it for management of fleet. We have some examples for manufacturing. Nokia is having some projects with Microsoft to have automated vehicles for manufacturing. We have an example for Nokia also for energy prevention of faults, for instance. We have another example for 5G video analytics for ports. Immersive games, holographic conferences, as Vodafone is doing to provide holographic conference for Manchester City Football Club as a kind of a promotions to their fans. We have Microsoft doing some activities with SK Telecom in Korea for immersive games. AT&T already is providing this type of services in the US. So there is a bunch of services that you can provide, combining 5G with data AI, with artificial intelligence. This can go very further than the type of services that we do have nowadays. So I would like to provide to you this complete view of the digital transformation, comes from the beginning of the journey, from the companies that are starting to go online and to the companies that are already transforming the way that they do business today. And all the companies, all the OTT companies can help you to create these new services, and you can go beyond the way that you are working today and to increase the revenue and to offer a much more complete portfolio of solutions that you are providing today. Because the telcos, you have the capability to reach and to have the complete portfolio of solutions to all the companies and to all the B2B companies in the market. With this, I finish my presentation. Thank you very much. If you have any doubt, I'm available to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Juliana. Thank you for sharing with us. We really appreciate your time and your contribution here at the CANTO conference, our 36th edition. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.